The Saharah, Sojourn. During the conquest of Jerusalem in 70 AD by Titus the Roman general, 1.1 million of our people were killed and 97,000 were sold into Africa to work in the salt mines.
The number of those perished during the siege was 1.1 million. As for the rest of the multitude that were above 17 years old, he put into bonds and sent them to the Egyptian mines. But those that were under 17 years of age were sold into slavery.
While in North Africa, we multiplied as the sands of the seashore.
That in blessing I will bless you, and in multiplying I will multiply your seed as the stars of heaven, and as the sand which is upon the seashore.
Fearful for their lives, many of our fathers fled from the presence of the Africans to the Sahara Desert, while most remained only to be oppressed and referred to by derogatory terms, one such being Philistia, alienation of people.
And the sound of a shaken leaf shall chase them, and they shall flee as fleeing from a sword.
As time passed, we took on tribal names during our occupation of the Sahara Desert, the most popular of these names being the Berbers.
And you shall become an astonishment, a proverb, and a byword among all nations where the Yahweh shall lead you.
At the beginning of the 7th century AD, some of the tribes of our fathers settled in the Islamic city of Medina. As time went by, our people became well established as entrepreneurs. The Muslims, on the other hand, were farmers. Muhammad, the prophet of Islam, migrated into Medina and changed the state of the Muslims, setting up a charter with the Jews. Initially, things were peaceful, but various battles between the Jews and Muslims began. With two smaller tribes defeated and expelled, the Muslims almost completely destroyed the remainder of our fathers in Medina, bringing about a slaughter of our men and women and selling our children into slavery once again.
Your sons and your daughters shall be giving unto another people, and your eyes shall look and fail with longing for them all the day long, and there shall be no might in your hand.
All of this was the beginning of the Islamic Jihad, or Holy War, throughout the continent of Africa. By the sword, the North Africans were converted or killed. In the 8th century AD, Islam, continuing its campaign in North Africa, confronts and subdues the Berbers, bringing the stronghold of our fathers to oppression. While oppressed by the Islamic government, the Berbers, a tribe of warriors amongst our people, were used by the Muslims to raid Spain. Led by Tariq, a famous general of our fathers, Spain was captured. Following the conquest, the Berbers were rewarded a city in Spain to dwell in. Meanwhile, their brethren remained oppressed in North Africa. Years lapsed, and the Jews prospered in Spain, becoming known as the Moors, meaning land of the blacks. Then rebellion occurred in North Africa against the Islamic government. With our fathers suffering defeat in the rebellion, the Berbers, now known as Moors, fled Spain to join their brothers at battle. While on their journey to battle, they were confronted by both parties of the Islamic faith, the Sunnis and Shiites. The Muslims outnumbered our fathers, and a slaughter took place, squeezing us to submission and sweeping us under the rug of history. Thus, beginning the sub-Saharan slave trade, the selling of our fathers across the Sahara Desert, trading that continues unto this very day.
The kings of the earth set themselves, and the rulers take counsel together against Jah and against his anointed, saying, let us break their bands asunder, and cast away their cords from us.
Islam prospered in North Africa, capturing cities throughout. The most renowned of these cities was Timbuktu. As they expanded west, they continued to encounter and enslave Jews, for we had multiplied and were scattered across North Africa in countries such as Sudan, Morocco, Senegal, Algeria, Libya, Ghana, and Timbuktu. In Timbuktu, the Muslims orchestrated this booming slave trade across the Sahara Desert. Now, with the control of Spain, the Christians, hearing of Timbuktu and its booming slave trade of Jews, now called Negroes, sets out to establish business agreements with the Muslims that diverted the slave trade of Negroes from the Sahara Desert down the Niger, or should I say Nigger River, to the Bight of Benin, birthing the transatlantic slave trade.
And Yah shall bring you into Egypt again with ships, by the way whereof I spake unto you. You shall see it no more again, and there you shall be sold unto your enemies for bondmen and bondwomen, and no man shall buy you.